Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Path to Wellness Clinic. I am your host, Meshi Tuka, the massage therapist and clinic director. So I will be your host for today's show, and welcome to another episode of Wellness Tips. In today's episode, we are going to be chatting about what does it really mean when people tell you to tune back into your body. How do we tune back into the body? How do we connect back into the body? If you are new to this concept and you always kind of wondered, why would you want to do that? How does it help you? Then this video is definitely going to be for you. So today we're going to not only cover how does it really look like to tune back into your body? We're going to go through an exercise to kind of help you out. We're also going to discuss what does it mean and why would you really want to do that in the first place, and how will it actually benefit you when it comes to managing your wellness journey? So if any of that sounds good, why don't we just, dive right in. So first and foremost, this information is going to be really valuable, I think, for those of you that really struggle with, you constantly feel like if you identify with being really disconnected from your body, or being really disconnected and paying attention to symptoms and signs that your body constantly sends you, I think that learning how to tune back into your body can be a vital, and it can be so important, and it can be so valuable, because really it can not only give you more insight as to what's happening with you, but also you get immediate feedback on how you actually feel without the filter. How do you actually feel about certain situations? What is your intuition telling you about certain people or certain circumstances? Or it can be applied to so many different ways. But the main reason why you would want to do that is because the more you're connected to your body and what the feedback that your body is actually giving you, the more you have control over creating the outcome that you want and creating the state that you want your body to be in. Because most of the time, we actually want our bodies to be in balance, to be in equilibrium. And so if you understand that, then you can actively work towards creating the circumstances that allows your body to be more in balance. So this is why it can be really valuable to learn what is out of balance and how to bring it back into balance. Now, what happens? So some of us are really scared of this concept of tuning back into our bodies. And I completely understand, because we are not really, it's not a skill set that you can just acquire by going to school. It's not something that is being taught in elementary schools. It's not something that we've been taught in physical education classes. So it's not a common practice, but and sometimes it can actually feel like if you do that, then somehow you are not, like, it can feel out of the ordinary, I guess. So because it's not only that it's not common, it's not taught, like it's not commonplace for anyone to really teach this, then it can sort of feel like it's something out of the ordinary. And so like once you kind of make peace with the fact that it's not out of the ordinary, it's just something that we were never really taught how to do, but it's a learnable skill. You can absolutely do that, and it can be extremely invaluable in managing your health and your wellness. This is only going to work, though, if you're actually at that stage, if you're actually at that point when you want to take control over your wellness journey. You want to sort of empower yourself with the information to really decipher what is working for you and what is really not working for you. Because you're going to get validation if you're constantly looking for validation externally. Like if you're looking for, a doctor to actually give you a diagnosis, or if you're looking for a friend to validate how you're feeling or what you're feeling internally, nobody can really validate it except for you. So this is sort of that process of just really learning to trust what your body's telling you. Okay, now, and how would we go about doing that? So like now that we sort of understand like the benefits, and we can sort of see how we were taught and then how we can kind of have to override that, how would we actually do that? Like, what does that really look like? Well, it's a lot simpler than you think. Tuning into your body literally means that taking a moment, shutting down your external sensory so that you're not you're not being so caught up with what you're seeing, and you're not sending messages towards your brain to start processing what you're seeing and what you're hearing, but you can actually tune that attention inwards. And the way that we can tune that attention inwards is obviously to check on the quality of your breath. The quality of your breath, whether it's shallow, deep, fast paced, or really nice and even and slow, it gives you direct feedback on how you are actually feeling. Tension that you may find within your body is also going to be a form of feedback of something that is working or not working. Now, what happens if you don't get any feedback whatsoever? If you're trying to tune into your body and there's crickets. Should we be worried? And the answer is no, you should not be worried, but sometimes you don't get feedback because something is not out of balance. So usually it's really easy to tune in to things that are out of balance, mainly because they become obvious. Like our brains are designed to sort of catch messages and catch things that are out of the ordinary and they're negative. Like your brain will always catch the negative. It's called the negative bias. And it's not so that you have a negative mindset, but it's just simply there to protect you. So obviously, if a sound sounds out of the ordinary, or if there is a certain ache, or there's a certain pain, or you have trouble with breathing, or what have you, like there's certain symptoms that kind of make you really immediately pay attention. It's designed so that it sends your brain a signal that something is immediately out of balance and you need to pay attention to it right away. But when you're not getting that immediate feedback, the reason it could be is one of the reasons that you might not be getting that immediate feedback is simply because things are actually in balance. And for you to catch more positive feedback from your body, it's a lot more subtle. It's a lot more quiet. And obviously, and if you think about it logically, it kind of has to be. And the reason why it has to be a lot more subtle for you to get more positive feedback from your body is because when things are in balance, things are in equilibrium, which means that your body is in a calmer state, your breathing is more even, and your thoughts are not racing. And so when your thoughts are not racing, they're not catching your attention as quickly. So most of us are not taught how to catch positive emotions. And so unless somebody literally tells you, oh my gosh, this is like a joyful moment, I'm feeling grateful, I'm feeling expansive, I'm feeling, like abundant or happiness or what have you, like all of those emotions, they feel very open and expansive, but they are also keeping your energy level at a certain frequency, versus when things are out of balance, that you're getting that immediate, much faster paced, louder feedback from your body. So if you pay attention to, and I mean, I'm sure that you can relate, if you pay attention to in the past, when you hurt yourself, you're immediately getting that feedback right away, where your brain is sending the signals and your body is sending the feedback loop to get your attention right away. It's a lot more obvious and it's a lot more loud. And whereas on the contrary, you're probably not going to get that really loud messaging unless you learn to tune in. And the way that you tune in is by shutting out all of the other forms of distractions that are like currently in existence around you. So obviously it takes a little bit more work. It's a little bit more practice. It takes a little bit of time for you to really figure out, how to do that. Definitely learnable, definitely worth doing. And today I'm actually going to show you how we can, in a very quick and easy way, how we can actually tune in and see what our bodies are feeling today. Okay, so to get started, first and foremost, I would like you to just kind of reset your posture a little bit. Place your feet firmly on the ground. So once you placed your feet firmly on the ground, then we're going to take a few deep breaths. And after about the second deep breath, I would like you to actually just close your eyes. So let's take a first deep breath together. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out. Let's do one more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Let's do that one more time, and then the exhalation, just gently close your eyes. So inhale through the nose. Make sure that you expand your chest, expand the belly. And at the next exhalation, gently close your eyes and just exhale through the mouth. Allow your breathing to return to its natural rhythm, to its normal rate. And as your breathing normalizes, take a moment to begin to slowly and vigorously scan through your body, starting at the top of your head, and we're going to end at the bottom of your feet. And imagine the scanner as it's quickly and effortlessly, without judgment, checking in on each body part. And as you check in with each body part, make a quick mental note to just gently soften those areas. So begin at the top of the head and slowly moving down. Move down through the facial muscles and make a conscious note to really just relax and release any tension that you're holding on your facial muscles, in your jaw. Soften your throat. Make a quick note to drop your shoulders if you're currently shrugging. Relax your arms, your shoulders, your forearms, your fingers. Make a quick note to allow your breathing to normalize, and perhaps you're breathing a little bit deeper than you have when you first sat down. And see if you're holding any tension anywhere in your body. And just make a quick note to see how your body feels. And as you continue to scan down through the abdomen, your hip flexors, your thighs, again, as you're scanning through your body, you may have thoughts pop in and out of your consciousness, which is completely normal. Just allow them to come and go. Imagine them like moving cars on the highway, just watching them move by. No attachment, no judgment, just gently release it. And as you make it all the way down to the bottom of your feet, take a moment to tune back into the quality of your breath. At the next inhalation, gently open your eyes, soft gaze, and take a look at the quality of your breath now versus how it was when you first sat down. Perhaps you had some thoughts that were racing that you allowed to gently move by, or you were feeling some restriction in your chest or in your belly or tightness. Anything and everything that comes up, it's a great idea to have a journal with you whenever you're taking a moment to tune in. Eventually, you will probably not need a journal to make notes, but when you're first starting, especially if you don't have a regular meditation or mindfulness practice, it's always a good idea to sort of document how you're feeling, what thoughts have come up, and if you had a chance to release them or not. So this was just a quick 2-3 minute check-in, which you can do at any moment. The main thing to keep into consideration is to take at least a few breaths before you begin, and mainly it's because you want to sort of recalibrate your body so that it's getting ready to actually pay attention to what's happening internally, because we're being so stimulated by the external world. it can be really challenging to teach your body how to pick up on like that small sensory feedback that your body is trying to send you. So if you teach your body how to do that, then you will be able to pick up even when things are actually in balance, which is fantastic because you want that regular feedback. But you can use this practice at any moment. Whenever you take a moment to just tune back in and see if there's any restriction or any expansion that your body is giving you, that will give you an immediate feedback on how you're actually feeling at that given moment or in that particular place, or about a certain situation or about certain people or circumstances around you. I personally find that to be a really accurate tool, and sometimes I'm amazed of how very underutilized it is actually. So I thought that I would just share that with all of you. I hope that you have found this helpful and useful, and of course feel free to share that with any of your friends that you think might find this helpful as well. And in the meanwhile, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up. You can also support the channel by subscribing, and then that way you get and you can hit the notification bell so you get notified every single time that we release a new wellness tip, which is going to be every single week going forward in the fall. And of course, as usual, if you are in the Waterloo region, please come by to the clinic any moment and just come say hello to us. We would love to say hi to you. And in the meanwhile, just keep seeking wellness seekers. Thanks so much for watching, and we will catch you again in the next episode. Bye.